I'm going to see a new play at Berkeley Rep called Paradise Square, and you're coming with me. Hey guys, welcome back to Book Your Imagination. My name is Anne. I am going to see a new play at Berkeley Rep called Paradise Square. I don't know much about it. It is a musical, but this is opening night, and I was able to get tickets for the before and after event parties. So here's the lineup. 5:30 is cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. I've just left work and I'm on my way there now. 6 o'clock is dinner and an artistic presentation. 8 o'clock is the play, and then after the play is a party. So I'm really looking forward to it. Berkeley. Let's go do this. Pretty sure I'm lost now. It shouldn't be this hard to find. Alright, I think I'm going the right way, but I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure. Nope, that was not the right way. Alright, try it again. Okay, it appears I'm even further away than I'm supposed to be. Over there is Berkeley Rep. That's where the play is showing. But the hors d'oeuvres are at someplace else, and I can't find it, even with my map. I am seriously directionally challenged. I love having Google Maps, but even then I still have a hard time figuring out which way I'm supposed to go. Here's where I came up off the BART. That's where I'm supposed to be. This is my table, way over here in the corner. Okay, dinner's over. I'm outside the theater. I'm getting ready to go in and see the show. Alright, I'm in front of the Berkeley Rep banner. It's kind of cool. I feel like a celebrity. Just finished. Everybody is leaving the theater, and I am headed over for the after party. All right, I have to go home. I have to work tomorrow, so the party is in full swing, but yeah, I'm out of here. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen Paradise Square, and it was exceptional. This was a world premiere, and I have no doubt that this play is going to make its way to Broadway and get nominated for one or more Tony Awards, most notably for the choreography by Bill T. Jones. It was amazing. To give some historical context to the story, slavery had been abolished in New York in the 1820s. In the 1840s, Irish Catholics had fled Ireland because of the potato famine. So whites, blacks, and Irish Catholics had been living, well, they had been coexisting pretty well since then. Before I saw the play, I went to a lecture by the choreographer, Bill T. Jones, and he said that during this time, blacks and whites were considered equal, but the Irish Catholics were considered the minority. So if an Irish woman wanted to improve her social standing, she would marry a black man. That's just an aside. In January of 1863, Abraham Lincoln had issued the Emancipation Proclamation, and then in March he had instituted the federal draft. The draft was for whites and Irish Catholics only, not for African Americans. The draft riots in New York were in July of that summer. So the play takes place in the summer of 1863, leading up to the draft riots. The play is a fictional story, but it is based on real places, real events, and real people. For example, Stephen Foster. If you don't know who Stephen Foster is, all I can say is doo-dah day. Stephen Foster actually lived in the Five Points area, but there's not anything known about his time there. He died shortly after the draft riots, and his family destroyed any music that he had written, any of his papers, any letters, anything that tied him to the Five Points, because they were really ashamed of that time that he spent there. His publisher found Beautiful Dreamer, which is the only song I think that survived from his time there. The play also features the music of Stephen Foster, but it's been reharmonized and orchestrated, so it's just done in a really beautiful and creative way. And there are new lyrics, so you're not going to be hearing doo-dah day. So with all that background, let's talk about the play. It takes place in a saloon called Paradise, where everybody is equal. It doesn't matter if you're black or white or Irish, everyone is equal. There are a number of plots in this story, one of them being with Stephen Foster, who is unhappy with his life and looking for inspiration, and he finds it in this multicultural environment. So he becomes the piano player at the saloon. There's a young Irishman named Willie O'Brien who has just arrived from Ireland to live with his aunt, Annie O'Brien, who is one of the proprietors of Paradise. Willie is also a very proficient dancer of Irish river dance. Then we have an escaped slave from Tennessee. He was not affected by the Emancipation Proclamation, so he and his girlfriend had escaped a plantation, and they had made their way through the Underground Railroad north to New York, but they had gotten separated. So he is not willing to move further north to safety until he finds his girlfriend. Because he's an escaped slave, they give him the name of William Henry Lane, and he is also a dancer, but his influences are African. He and Willie develop this dance rivalry, but they also develop a friendship. And to earn their keep at Paradise, they dance for the patrons with Stephen Foster at the piano. While all this is going on, the Irish dock workers are on strike for better wages, and the African Americans are taking these dock jobs. So that starts to inflame the racial tensions. At the time the draft is instituted, whites can be drafted, Irish can be drafted, but blacks cannot be drafted. So this further inflames the racial tensions. Not that it's the blacks' fault, but still the racial tensions are there. And if you have $500, you can buy your way out of the draft. None of the Irish have $500, so they also resent the wealthy, and they just feel like everything is coming down on them. Even with all of these plot points, for me, the play never felt muddled or overburdened. It just enriched the story and brought it to life. What really made this play stand out to me was the choreography by Bill T. Jones. It was just stunning, and it was authentic to the period. You can see some of it from the clips I've been showing, but watching it live was just a visual feast. I really feel like I was watching a piece of history being created. This was the world premiere, and I was watching it on opening night. I know it's been extended at Berkeley Rep, and I'm pretty sure they have plans to take it to Broadway, so I will keep you updated as that play is showing. But if you ever see Paradise Square showing somewhere, definitely go see it. As always, this is #JMO, just my opinion. If you like what you see in here, please consider subscribing to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment below. Thank you for watching.